To apply ambient temperature compensation to table 310.15b6, begin by calculating the ambient temperature factor. Obtain the ambient temperature in degrees Celsius at the location where the conductor is installed. Then, find the corresponding ambient temperature factor, represented by the letter C, from table 310.15b2 or B. Next, adjust the ampacity. Multiply the ampacity value obtained from table 310.15b6 by the ambient temperature factor, C. The resulting value represents the ampacity adjusted for the ambient temperature. The formula for this calculation is adjusted ampacity equals ampacity from table 310.15b6 multiplied by C. Now, let's consider an example. Suppose we have an AWG8THHN copper conductor with an ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. The ampacity from table 310.15b6 for this conductor is 40 amps. The ambient temperature factor from table 310.15b2 for 30 degrees Celsius is 0.82. To calculate the adjusted ampacity, we multiply 40 amps by 0.82, which equals 32.8 amps. Therefore, the adjusted ampacity for the AWG8THHN copper conductor at an ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius is 32.8 amps. It is important to understand the tables correctly. Table 310.15b6 is specifically for dwelling units, while 310.15b2 or B is used for ambient temperature correction factors. Firstly, determine the correct ampacity from table 310.15b6 before any adjustments. This table provides the allowable ampacities for conductors based on the size and insulation type when installed in a dwelling unit. Secondly, find the ambient temperature at the point of installation. This may require the use of a thermometer or data logger to obtain an accurate reading. Thirdly, refer to table 310.15b2 or B to find the correction factor that corresponds to the ambient temperature. Note that there are different tables for different temperature ranges. Fourthly, multiply the ampacity from table 310.15b6 by the correction factor from table 310.15b2 or B. This calculation will give you the adjusted ampacity for the conductor, taking into account the ambient temperature. Fifthly, ensure that the adjusted ampacity is not less than the minimum required ampacity for the circuit. If the adjusted ampacity is too low, you may need to increase the size of the conductor or take other measures to reduce the ambient temperature. Sixthly, document all calculations and assumptions made during the process. This will help to ensure that the installation complies with the requirements of the National Electrical Code and that the electrical system is safe and reliable. Understanding the NEC tables is vital for electrical safety. It is critical to select the right table for the right application. In addition to ambient temperature, other factors can affect the ampacity of conductors. These factors include the number of conductors in a raceway or cable, the type of insulation on the conductors, and the proximity of the conductors to other heat sources. It is important to consider all of these factors when determining the appropriate ampacity for a conductor. Directing factors are applied when multiple current-carrying conductors are bundled together. The heat generated by the conductors cannot dissipate as efficiently, so their ampacity must be reduced. The NEC provides tables with directing factors based on the number of conductors. These factors further reduce the allowable ampacity of the conductors. Consider a scenario where you are installing 12 current-carrying conductors in a single conduit. Table 310.15 current requires you to apply a directing factor of 0.50. This means that the allowable ampacity of each conductor is reduced to half of its original value. The type of insulation also plays a role in determining the ampacity of a conductor. Different insulation materials have different temperature ratings, which determine how much heat the conductor can withstand. Common insulation types include THHN, THWN, and XHHW. Each of these insulation types has a different temperature rating, which affects its ampacity. For example, THHN insulation has a temperature rating of 90 degrees Celsius in dry locations, while THWN insulation has a temperature rating of 75 degrees Celsius in wet locations. This means that a conductor with THHN insulation can carry more current than a conductor with THWN insulation in a dry location. The NEC specifies the allowable ampacities for different insulation types in Table 310.15b16. This table is used to determine the maximum current that a conductor can carry based on its insulation type and size. Remember to select the correct column based on the temperature rating of the terminals to which the conductors will be connected. Electrical terminals are typically rated for either 60 degrees Celsius or 75 degrees Celsius. If the terminals are rated for 60 degrees Celsius, you must use the 60 degrees Celsius column in Table 310.15b16, even if the conductor has a high temperature rating. This is to prevent overheating of the terminals, which can lead to insulation breakdown or even fire. Ambient temperature correction is a critical aspect of electrical installations. By understanding how to apply the correction factors in Table 310.15b2, or B, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. Always consult the latest edition of the NEC for the most up-to-date information and requirements. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it is important to stay current with the latest changes. Additionally, local codes may have additional requirements that you must follow. It is always best to check with your local electrical inspector to ensure that your installation complies with all applicable codes. When working with electrical systems, safety should always be your top priority. Always to energize circuits before working on them, and use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to perform the work. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. Correctly applying ambient temperature adjustments ensures electrical safety and code compliance. Furthermore, it helps prevent overheating of conductors and ensures long-term reliability of the electrical system. Firstly, always consult the latest edition of the NEC for the most up-to-date information and requirements. Secondly, be aware of local codes and regulations, as they may have additional requirements beyond the NEC. Thirdly, carefully consider all factors that can affect conductor ampacity, including ambient temperature, number of conductors, insulation type, and terminal temperature ratings. Fourthly, use appropriate personal protective equipment and follow safe work practices when working with electrical systems. Fifthly, if you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to perform the work. The importance of proper conductor sizing cannot be overstated. Undersized conductors can overheat, leading to insulation breakdown, reduced equipment life, and even fire hazards. Oversized conductors, on the other hand, can be more expensive and difficult to install. By carefully considering all factors and using the appropriate tables and calculations, you can ensure that conductors are sized correctly for their intended application. Let us delve into more detail on how ambient temperature affects conductor ampacity. All conductors generate heat as current flows through them. This heat is caused by the resistance of the conductor material to the flow of electrons. The amount of heat generated is proportional to the square of the current and the resistance of the conductor. If the heat generated by the conductor is not dissipated effectively, the temperature of the conductor will rise. If the temperature of the conductor rises too high, the insulation can break down, leading to a short circuit or other electrical fault. The rate at which heat is dissipated from a conductor depends on several factors, including the ambient temperature, the size and shape of the conductor, and the presence of any insulation or other materials that can impede heat transfer. When the ambient temperature is high, the conductor is less able to dissipate heat, and its temperature will rise more quickly. This is why it is necessary to reduce the ampacity of conductors when they are installed in high ambient temperature environments. The ambient temperature correction factors in Table 310.15b2 and B are designed to compensate for this effect. These factors reduce the allowable ampacity of conductors as the ambient temperature increases. The higher the ambient temperature, the lower the allowable ampacity. It is important to note that the ambient temperature is not necessarily the same as the air temperature. The ambient temperature is the temperature of the environment immediately surrounding the conductor. This can be affected by factors such as direct sunlight, proximity to other heat sources, and the presence of insulation or other materials. Therefore, it is important to measure the ambient temperature as close as possible to the conductor to obtain an accurate reading. Once you have obtained an accurate reading of the ambient temperature, you can use Table 310.15b2 or B to determine the appropriate correction factor. The correction factor is a decimal number that is multiplied by the ampacity from Table 310.15b16 to obtain the adjusted ampacity. For example, if the ambient temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, the correction factor from Table 310.15b2 is 0.87. This means that the adjusted ampacity is 87% of the ampacity from Table 310.15b16. So, if the ampacity from Table 310.15b16 is 30 amps, the adjusted ampacity would be 26.1 amps. It is important to round down to the nearest whole number, so the adjusted ampacity would be 26 amps. When applying ambient temperature correction factors, it is important to be aware of the limitations of the tables. The tables are based on certain assumptions about the installation conditions, such as the spacing between conductors and the type of raceway or cable. If the actual installation conditions differ significantly from these assumptions, the correction factors may not be accurate. In such cases, it may be necessary to consult with a qualified electrical engineer to determine the appropriate ampacity for the conductors. Additionally, it is important to consider the voltage drop in the conductors. Voltage drop is the reduction in voltage that occurs as current flows through a conductor. Excessive voltage drop can cause equipment to malfunction or operate inefficiently. The NEC specifies the maximum allowable voltage drop for different types of circuits. When sizing conductors, it is important to ensure that the voltage drop does not exceed these limits. The voltage drop in a conductor depends on several factors, including the length of the conductor, the current flowing through the conductor, and the resistance of the conductor. The resistance of the conductor depends on the material, size, and temperature of the conductor. As the temperature of the conductor increases, its resistance also increases, which increases the voltage drop. Therefore, it is important to consider the ambient temperature when calculating voltage drop. There are several online calculators and software programs that can be used to calculate voltage drop. These tools can help you to ensure that the voltage drop in your circuit is within the allowable limits. In addition to ambient temperature correction, there are other factors that can affect the ampacity of conductors. These factors include the number of conductors in a raceway or cable, the type of insulation on the conductors, and the proximity of the conductors to other heat sources. It is important to consider all of these factors when determining the appropriate ampacity for a conductor. The NEC provides tables and guidelines for directing conductors when multiple current-carrying conductors are installed in a raceway or cable. These directing factors reduce the allowable ampacity of the conductors to prevent overheating. The amount of directing depends on the number of conductors and the type of raceway or cable. In general, the more conductors that are installed in a raceway or cable, the greater the amount of directing that is required. The type of insulation on the conductors also affects their ampacity. Different insulation materials have different temperature ratings, which determine how much heat the conductors can withstand. The NEC specifies the allowable ampacities for different insulation types in Table 310.15b16. It is important to select conductors with an insulation type that is appropriate for the installation conditions. The proximity of conductors to other heat sources can also affect their ampacity. If conductors are installed near other heat sources, such as transformers or lighting fixtures, their ampacity may need to be reduced to prevent overheating. The NEC provides guidelines for determining the appropriate ampacity for conductors that are installed near other heat sources. Finally, it is important to remember that the NEC is a minimum standard. In some cases, it may be necessary to exceed the requirements of the NEC to ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system. A qualified electrical engineer can help you to determine the appropriate ampacity for conductors in complex or unusual installations. Furthermore, documentation of all calculations and decisions made during the design process is crucial for future reference and maintenance. Having accurate records ensures consistency and helps in troubleshooting any issues that may arise. Consistent documentation also assists in future modifications or expansions of the electrical system. Regularly reviewing and updating documentation is essential to reflect any changes made to the system over time. This practice maintains the integrity of the records and prevents discrepancies that could lead to confusion or errors. The process of applying ambient temperature correction may seem complex. It is crucial to adhere to the guidelines and tables provided in the NEC for safe and reliable electrical installations. By carefully considering all factors that can affect conductor ampacity and following the recommendations of qualified professionals, you can ensure that your electrical system operates efficiently and safely.